Hey guys, Dirt Diver 222 here. I know I told you last video I probably would be here, be doing a video in the field. Unfortunately, I don't have the time. I just moved into a house and trying to get everything done, it's been almost impossible. Want to do a quick video while I do have a little bit of time on my hands, going over water carriers. You know, water container, in my opinion, is probably one of the most important things that you can have for survival, bushcraft, self-reliance, something to carry water. All of my systems that I use for carrying water are primarily all in conjunction of being able to also procure more water if need be. These are pretty much what I use. I also have a water bladder that sits in the back of a backpack that goes with my light cook kit slash boiling kit. Oh, as I fall on something that I shouldn't have been sitting on. So I just wanted to try and bang out a quick video to kind of go over with what I carry as far as these go, as far as what I carry in the woods. First and foremost, I'll go ahead and go over this one. This one's pretty simple. This is a Nalgene Backpacker Edition Guide Design bottle. This is probably my EDC slash I'm going to take this if I'm going on a drive, just in case something ever happened where I had to end up having to procure more water, because this can go in the fire, it can be boiled, you know, I can boil stuff in it. One of the things I did was I attached, I don't know if you guys can really tell, this is a strap that law enforcement use to keep their, almost like an extra belt loop, if you could say that. You guys seen the nylon one that was on the back of my Moore 511 sheath? I use this leather one simply because, well, let's be honest, if you rub paracord on nylon, it'll act like a saw, cut right through it. I wanted something that would last. I can strap this up onto my belt, hang the water bottle very well, very confidently, and actually it's quite comfortable. It's pulling on the belt rather than pulling on my pants. I've seen people do carabiners where they'll clip them to their belt loop, and honestly, it's not cool. I don't like it. It pulls on the pants, makes them feel like they're going to fall down any second. I've got great weight distribution with this. Also, threw in a quick other little mod. I know this sounds silly, but one of the Guide Design pour spouts, I put one with a little smiley face just because, hey, it's quirky, I kind of like it. Also, with it being a little quirky with that little thing, you know, it could be maybe a morale booster out in the wilderness if I needed it to be. So that's kind of the everyday carry. One of the reasons I like this backpacker design, it does hold 32 ounces of water, just like a normal Nalgene. But because of its slimmer profile here, I can put this in a lot more places than the standard style, or even the regular Nalgene. I can stick this right in my cup holder in my car to take with me, which means I'm more likely to carry it with me. Anything you're more than likely to carry, just like Nothing Fancy says when he talks about weight, if you're more than likely to carry it, chances are you will. So that's why I use that. So I'll set that right there, so I know that I've already talked about it. Go right into my cook kit slash water carrier thing. Like I said, this is usually what I use on my day hikes. It's a cook kit with my container. Like I said, I use the water bladder, which is just a cheap Walmart one, but it works. This is a real small system. It's a Snow Peak 700 titanium pot. I love this pot. I have a GSI nesting cup, glacier cup, whatever you want to call it. This is just a little bit bigger. It's also taller. It's got measurements on the side. It's got the mug handles. I used to have some silicone on there to help taking it on and off stoves. To be honest with you, it's a pain in the butt because it just kept melting off. Every time fire got to it, it just burned right off. I didn't have the right silicone, whatever. It's this little mesh stuff sack that it comes with. Really like that. It gives me something to set stuff down on if I'm using it. It's got a great lid. It's got little hooks right here so that when I'm using the pot and I want to use the lid as a strainer, all I have to do on this thumb part back here is pull back. Also with this little hook, I can lift it up to check to see if water's boiling or not. Also the hook is really nice for providing a spot so I can keep the, if water condensation gets on there, I don't accidentally set this down on the ground and it get dirty. I'm just in the habit of setting it there. It works. This is the cook kit that I use for this. This is just real simple. I've got a windscreen here. This is pretty much an aluminum foil material from one of those disposable pans. I'm going to readjust to get a little more comfortable here. It's tall enough for my Vienna stove. The Vienna stove, I used to wonder why people called these the name of the stoves that they give them, the Super Cats and things like that, and then I realized it was the type of tin that they use them for. This is actually a Vienna sausage tin that I kind of made like a Super Cat design. It's taller than a Super Cat, and I can hold a lot more alcohol and do a lot more cooking, which is actually kind of cool. Plus, as narrow as it is, it fits perfect as far as a flame pattern on this Snow Peak 700. I mean, this thing's just indispensable. Plus, with the titanium, I can stick this directly in the fire if I'm out of alcohol. Plus, the stove creates a nice little, kind of carrier for everything. So I can actually remove this, stick this, it's so small, into a different area of my pack, and then I don't have to worry about it. This little aluminum foil right here, it basically is the base plate, kind of a heat shield up. So between these two things, you get a lot of heat generated. Nalgene alcohol bottle for denatured alcohol. Waterproof matches, just some cheap ones. I tried lighting this with one of those like little butane windproof lighters. Really hard to do. I can do it with a spark, but if I don't have, for whatever reason, spark's not working, waterproof matches. Plus, another fire source, always good. So that's the Vienna stove. Sea to Summit titanium spork. Don't have to worry about titanium scratch and titanium. Folds up, fits real nice. I like this hooked handle for really stirring. Plus, with the design of this wire handle, it doesn't get as hot. So like I can actually let this set in the boiling water and not have to worry about the handle heating up like I do with my other Sea to Summit spork. You'll see that in a minute. Also, it's real easy to clean. I just slide the little collar up, pinch this off. I can actually get right in there to clean, or make this, if I wanted to go super, super ultra light and get rid of a gram, I could take the handle off and it's just a little tiny spork, but I like that handle on there. I'm not a gram weenie. I do like comfortable lightweight stuff, but I'm not there yet. My next thing is, this is probably my most recent gear. It's my Primus kettle. It's a 1.1 liter Eltec kettle. I know a lot of people have the GSI ones, the stainless steel, the Halulite, all that stuff. It does have a little bit of a smaller opening, but one of the things I love is the handle just sticks straight up. Plus, if I wanted to remove the lid, I can. On GSI ones, when people go to hang them over the fire, and Skog Nivs complained about this with his, you couldn't lift the lid up, and you can on this one. The lid's it's very comfortable. I am probably going to replace this knob. It's nice profile, but I think it's almost a little too countersink, with a wooden one just so that it's easier to use. Really lightweight, anodized aluminum, 1.5 liter kettle. So I can actually put a liter of water right here before it starts to boil over, which honestly a lot of those other kettles that are saying they're the 1 liter kettles can't boil that full 1 liter at a time. And that's what all your purification stuff is at. This is more of I take this for an overnight, or if I'm really wanting to do some bushcraft stuff. It can be set right in the fire. I've done so before, I have to clean it up. Inside, I do keep something that I'll throw into my packs. This is my Platypus 1 liter collapsible bottle. Love this, love it, love it, love it. People make fun of me for this thing. I take it on plane rides, everything, because as you drink, it gets smaller and smaller and smaller. And to be honest with you, I can throw this into my PSK, which I'll review later on for you guys. So a lot of times I'll do that if I've already got a water carrying system. I'll throw this into the PSK with the collapsible pot that I have already for boiling water. I can do that as well. Also, I have a bandana in here for general purpose uses. I do take the bandana and put it with whatever my cook kit is, so that I have one. Got an Esbit stove in here. Love the Esbit stove. if I'm not using a fire. I can use this as a wood burning fire stove as well. I do have a couple pieces of some aluminum flashing that have some holes cut in them for windscreen so that I can actually set that on the sides. As you can see though, the cool thing about my Esbit stove that I love this thing. I think it's one of the greatest inventions ever for how small it packs up, is you can see for yourself, it is a perfect fit for my kettle. So just to be able to use that alone, all by itself, is just fantastic. I love this thing. Also, just so you guys want to know, I do have the curves so that I can bend these side pieces in. Now pretty much any of my cook pots, I can even stick my Snow Peak right on top of there and it'll cook like nobody's business. I'll also show you how I use my canteen cup with that as well. This doesn't really need any introductions. Again, canteen, this is what I usually take if I'm feeling a little more bushcrafty. 1 quart standard military canteen. This is an older model. This was my dad's when he served in the military, 21.5 years, proud of his service. Love this thing. I mean, this thing is durable. It's been through the military, so you could say that it was used. Sea to Summit, aluminum anodized spork, long handled. It fits in the kit, and again, long handled spork. Way to go if you're going to be doing any kind of stirring, processing food. Little pocket is designed for salt packets or water purification tabs. Got 2 of them, the potable aqua. Got the, let's see, this is the, I think the yellow is the iodine, yeah, yellow is iodine, white is the Clorox, so that you don't taste it. Really great, kills everything. And then you have the ultimate purifier right here, the canteen cup. The wire that I've thrown on here is probably one of my most favorite things. I've never seen anybody do this. This is my original design as far as I knew. Bale wire. This is my way of being able to hang this directly over the fire. I watch a lot of people drill holes and put in coat hanger wire and things like that, and none of that would have really worked with this particular kit. This way I can still keep everything together. I've got the handles if I want to, and this is how I do mine, my cup on the Esbit stove, in case anybody was wondering. I turn it to the side this way, and I mean, you get amazing boil times out of that. I've watched a lot of people try and put these sides on so they can stick it on there like this, or stick it on there like that. Heat escapes, you put it on like this, because of the tabs, just doesn't hold. Right here, or even a little bit at an angle, I mean, this thing just, it's rock solid. It's not going anywhere. That's why I love my Esbit stove and my canteen cup. So I'll go ahead and fold this up, put this away. Last but definitely not least, grand finale. This is the day hike bushcrafter. It depends on what I'm feeling, survival, however you want to say it. If I'm going to go out for more than a day or two, or if I had to wear something around my side as kind of a personal survival thing, or scout, or hunt, or whatever, this is what I would carry with me. I would have the Escobar tied to it, like you guys have seen in the other videos, or it'll be around my neck, so I always have the knife with me. I've got a Maxpedition sheath here with a Gerber diesel. I'll do a review on this later. Great multi-tool, probably one of the best I've ever owned, but then I've only owned a few, so I can't really speak to a whole lot on that. Got a strap on here to wear this over. It's right now shrunk, just for compactness and packing, so to speak. Maxpedition 10x4 bottle holder. Love this thing. Front pocket here is kind of an emergency kit, so to speak. There's a little bug falling. Got a Jetstream whistle. Really great whistle, carabiner, so I can clip it to stuffs and keep it with me if I have to start separating things from the pack for whatever reason. Ultimate survival technology. Sorry guys, a little bit of a brain fart. Blast Smash. Love this thing. I mean, this thing works great. Gobs of sparks. It's actually a thicker rod than the Strike Force, believe it or not. So, I mean, even if this thing breaks, I still have a rod. I have stuff that I can strike it with. So I have really good fire there. And I am pretty proficient at putting fire